Now listen, when I say this, I don't mean any hate to either J. Cole or Jon Bernthal as the Punisher, but this is just something that I've noticed as a fan of both. Okay? Cool. So obviously with some critical thinking applied, I don't literally mean that the two are one and the same. Of course not. But what I do think is that there are some observable links between both their careers in their respective fields. Now, both these guys dropped projects this year. Cole dropped The Fall Off, and Bernthal, along with the MCU as a whole, released the Punisher special presentation. This is where I took note of something. Both these projects have kind of mixed discourse. Obviously, releasing anything leads to mixed discourse in a sense, but more specifically looking into this discourse, you can kind of see a pattern. Both projects are pretty great standalone. Both of them had amazing moments, both of them could have done with some additional characters/features, and both, in my opinion, felt like there was something missing. But overall, both felt like they were just retreading the same ground. With the MCU Punisher especially, the topic of conversation has always been that he keeps on doing the same exact thing. He starts the show as someone just trying to abandon his mission, and then it's the classic, just when I thought I was out, they pulled me back in, and it gets repetitive. Standalone, the One Last Kill special presentation was great. If you've never seen the show, Season 2 of Daredevil or Season 1 of Born Again, it's great. Everything's really concise, even if it feels more of like a test of concept for a pilot for a full Punisher show than just a one-off. But we've seen this before, a lot of times, and even if the story's good, what's the point of watching if it's just retreading the same ground? Now that brings me to J. Cole. Listen. I loved The Fall Off. Was there a lot missing in my opinion? Yes. But I did enjoy it. However, in preparation for The Fall Off, I listened/re-listened to Cole's whole discography, and that's where my problems start. Forget the slightly iffy Biggie Pac tribute, forget the abysmal press run he's been on, forget the fact that The Fall Off isn't even going to be his last album, no. Let's focus on the fact that Cole's kind of spinning his wheels here. In an album like this, obviously you're going to tie together your whole career, and being able to be in full control of what should have been your last album is seriously amazing. But in a way, Cole's kind of doing what he's always done, the good kid traveling to the Mad City routine. Once again, let me just say, I love J. Cole and the music he's made and will continue to make. I don't know. As a fan, you've just got to call out stuff like this. Like, Cole's rapping about the same stuff in the same way without many changes. It's like, at this point in your career, you're 40. We've heard about the Tales from the Ville, so give us a little bit of that to remind us. But then go deeper. Give us a Nas feature, get a J feature, get a skit on the album where some kid tries to give you his tape, and have it be a full circle moment for what happened with you and Jay-Z. Get us a consistent reason for why you dipped out of the beef. Could you have smoked them? Maybe. Did you not want to attack your friends? Maybe. Did you think this whole battle was just botted, which is some BS by the way, and discredits K-Dot all the while? Maybe, but we don't know because you aren't telling us. Now this brings me to something else. Both these guys are kind of better on other people's projects, and despite all the hype around them, in a way they kind of fail to deliver, I guess. A lot can be said about MCU Punisher, and I've already said a bit in this video, but you can't deny that when he's in Daredevil projects and in Brand New Day, he was so amazing. I love that film, by the way. Watch it as soon as you can. He's at his absolute best. Honestly, a lot of the time for Jon Bernthal's Punisher, I think the writing is the only thing holding him back. We've got a passionate actor, we've got the Disney money now, and we've got like over a decade of telling the same exact story. That then makes it so that when you've got him in a Spider-Man project or a Daredevil show, you've given him someone to work off of, and you've also given him the great writing to boot. Real quick, let me also just mention the idea of missed potential. I've already kind of discussed it here with the writing, but you've got so many scenes where Jon Bernthal is suited up, screaming and shooting people. Almost all of them at the end of their projects, by the way. And then you're hyped, you check his next appearance, and you've got a 180, a complete character regression. In a way, that's also what J. Cole suffers from. You've got him talking mad game in his songs, dissing the whole new generation of lil rappers where everybody dies, taking shots at Drake and Kendrick, and then when the smoke comes around, he's back on his humble rapper timing. Big bad Cole, big bad Punisher, until you give them that energy back, you know? And J. Cole is known as the feature guy. It's J. Cole and Andre 3000, and I also argue Kendrick, but like, I'm kind of a glazer, so not really. So not as much as the Punisher, but in a way, he's also at his best with features. The man's only Grammys come from features, which while it's absolutely dumbfounding considering all of the amazing songs he's made, still kind of strengthens the argument. Cole brings that energy to tracks, stealing a rapper's song and turning it into his own. And then he turns around and raps about the same stuff he's always been rapping about since the come up. The kid from North Carolina that wasn't involved in gang activity, and then, quote, made it out through college. And that's no hate, that's his story, he's allowed to rap about that. I'd rather someone raps about their own life than tries to be some mafioso boss in songs. Can you guys guess who I'm dissing there? But it gets to a point, you know, like, at some point you've just got to stop the car, check the gas, change the brakes, check the wheels, and then go on your way. Let me end this video by once again saying I have no hate for either of these men or the project that they've made. Bernthal's Punisher, when he's allowed to be the Punisher, is one of the greatest comic book castings ever. It's clear that there's a lot of love behind that portrayal with the man, even walking off the set of Born Again when he felt that the show wasn't true to his character, with the old writing team. And J. Cole has inspired me so much as a rapper and as a person in general. He clearly has a lot of love for the hip hop he grew up on, and even if he's made a lot of fumbles, he's still one of my favorites. I've low-key got a lot to say about J. Cole in his interviews especially, but I don't really know if I'll make a video on that. It kind of just feels like fueling the fire. Anyways, let me end this video by just saying both have amazing potential, and they've shown a lot of it in projects. I just think that sometimes they're stuck doing the same kind of old stuff, going through the motions of their art, just kind of not doing as much as they could. That's it from me. I hope y'all enjoyed this video, especially considering it's very different from what I usually do. Like, with the whole sense of comparing two things from two very different genres. It's all really, this right here is off script, as you can tell. But like, no, I had a lot of fun making this video. It was really interesting diving into J. Cole and The Punisher, and like, I've said this a lot, but I love both of them. I love Jon Bernthal, I love J. Cole, I love Marvel, you know, I love stuff, you know? So, yeah, no hate to either of them, and this video format was a lot of fun to do. So let me know if you enjoyed it, and I'll make more of these, because, yeah, it was fun for me, and I hope it was fun for you. So, yeah, stay comical, and bye-bye.